Going to pass on now right away to John Matajic. John worked for most of the top creative agencies in the US through one time or another. I don't have even time to list them all, but think of them: Chiat Day, BBH, Goodby Silverstein, the rest. He's won many awards for other people. A year or so ago, he put his own name on the door. And John, what made you do that? And what can you show us that's come out of that?
Great. Desperation. We take agency culture very seriously, so if you'll indulge me, I'd like to bang this Chuckle Hut to order. That means a lot to about 25 people. So in the depths of recession, thanks for pointing out the economic hardship I think that a lot of us kind of came out of. We had the good fortune of starting very organically. We were founded about 2 years ago in San Francisco. It started organically. My partner, Dico Daglion, and I were freelancing, and we had a client who was a global collaboration technology company who gave us more things and more things and more things, and soon we rented space and brought on some more folks, and we were recently joined, well, a year ago, by Matt Hoffer, our new president, who also knows how to run a company, which is very helpful. And we have a great support team. Michelle Spear and Kelly Bratfold are here with us today supporting us, so thank you. But, before we started the agency, like Julian said, is bouncing around a lot of really tremendous agencies. I kind of had two careers. One was slogging it out in Chicago at big agencies for big clients, and it was very, very difficult. If you ever meet someone who pulled off a doozy in that environment, hire them immediately. They were swimming against the stream. But then I had an opportunity to go to San Francisco to join Goodby Silverstein and Partners, and we were able to start developing some of the first digital work that agency became known for, which was very exciting. And Fallon, what was a key part, Rob and I were talking about this last night, a key part of becoming an agency for me was the chance to freelance at a lot of great places like BBH and 180 and Chiat, because I got to see so many different agencies from the inside, and I found that they actually wanted what we were selling, and kind of gained some confidence that I could not have gotten had I been a full-time employee, because full-time employers aren't great at building confidence. We thought, hey, everyone said, all right, what's your bit? What's your deal? And I said, do we really have to have a bit? Can't we just be some folks with decent track records trying to do cool stuff? And apparently not. So, and it turns out there are things that are actually different about us. So we stand on this. We are professionals in the industry formerly known as advertising. And by this, we don't mean that advertising's dead, but it's expanding, and it's growing, and it's changing. And we mean that it's changing again tomorrow. So let's not define ourselves by what it is today. We were so serious about this, we considered naming the agency the acronym PIFCA, but that felt a little funny because there was the issue of Joe Pitka, and a rather effeminate one at that. So we went with phonetic names. But the two main parts about what we mean by professionals in the industry formerly known as advertisers, we don't want to identify with a trend. I think if you talk to a lot of guys who started digital agencies over the last 5 or 10 years, they're trying to live that down. How do they get upstream from there? Because really it's still just about cracking a brand's code and then going where you need to go with the execution. And two, and this is what's been probably more different about us from other agencies, is that it's really rare to take a bunch of creative people that might start a rock band, might be painting in a gallery, or might be sitting in a room thinking about a client's business. It's a very rare collection of folks. And why constrain them to ad briefs? It's a really powerful weapon that large companies can use to help move their business forward. And we were very fortunate that our very first client had the same view. So it was begun by a company in Atlanta called PGI, and a very visionary chief creative officer and chief executive officer and chief technology officer. They told us, well, we have this idea. We were working with them on other stuff, positioning and things. They said, we want to take the conference call and give it a visual interface so people could go online to a meeting and see everyone in their meeting, and it would actually dial out to the phones. So what we really began in product development. And so I put this slide up just as an itsy-bitsy taste of what you might be getting into if you ever go this route. But if you can dive in and do a site and get out, please do. This was a 2-year odyssey of depth, and we are very grateful to have Unit 9 help us build this front end on the Flash. Here's a little movie.
The host has joined the meeting.
Tim here. Who's on?
Hello, it's Karen.
Bob.
I'm on.
This is Bob.
I was off.
Jane.
Now I'm on.
Is Bob on?
Oh, sorry, this is Bob. I was on mute.
Karen, you were already here. Who joined just now?
Mark.
Sue, you on?
Jane.
Mark. Unmuted again. This is Bob. I'm going back on mute. Did say what?
With iMeet, we didn't just create a 360 marketing campaign. We started earlier, at the very beginning, with the belief that the product will be its own best ad. The client was looking for a way to create a visual interface for conference calls, a space cluttered by ugly, engineering-driven solutions. So, we built iMeet from the ground up, bringing world-class design standards to online meetings. Hey guys.
Hey.
Putting actual people back at the center. We built a clean visual space where everyone joined the meeting with their own cube. Everyone can see each other, get to know each other, and connect to one another's social networks. Webcams are easily turned on or off. We even created custom environments so people could choose their own. And for corporate customers, we created a brand experience for their meetings. In the room, you can show presentations or even bring up YouTube videos. When it came time to launch, we kept the same refreshing tone throughout the product and the advertising. Since seeing is believing, all the digital work is animated with the iconic cubes rising into rooms. On television, we moved on to envisioning a few of the world's great meetings as they may have appeared in iMeet.
Come on, Vincent, turn on your webcam.
That's okay.
Please, Vincent.
I just don't feel like meeting in video today.
Turn it on.
Today is not a video kind of day.
Vincent Willem van Gogh.
Fine. Trying to cut my own hair. Silly.
Thank you. The only thing I'll say about product development and this sort of approach is that we found it to be very successful when you're dealing with a CEO who's charged with a vision for a company. Not so much when you're dealing with a CMO, who by definition is a bit of a silo. So we work with marketing clients as well, though, and we enjoy advertising. Just a little peek at how we hope meetings will start looking very soon in the future. I don't know if any of these folks are here this week. Next thing I'd like to share is Google Mobile, and we fit very well with the folks at Google because they came and said, we don't believe in advertising. If it's an ad, it's bad, and we said we couldn't agree more. So, but they wanted to get the word out about Google Mobile. In a way, Google is very, very powerful on your computer, but when it's on your mobile device, it's even more powerful because it automatically knows where you are. You can search by voice and that kind of thing, excuse me. And so they said, how do we get the word out there? So they wanted to do something very inexpensively, shoot in their own studio, you know, on the campus there. And so we took the theory that if historically the medium is the message, in this case we might think that the length is the message. We made a very lengthy film.
With Google Mobile, you can search for things nearby without entering a location. Just type or speak what you're looking for. Say you're in Chicago and you're really hungry. Pizza. See? I just got all the pizza places nearby. Your phone knows where you are. Pizza. 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 Pizza.
You're so sweet. we'll end today, I'll let you guys go, with, I don't think we'll play all 10 minutes, but the weirdest Google ad or what, I don't know, ever.
Pizza.
Pizza.
I don't understand. What's happening here?
Pizza.
Why is he doing this?
Pizza. Pizza.
For 10
Pizza.
minutes.
Pizza.
So you may have noticed one of the quotes on Huffington Post was what the future of interactive advertising looks like. And what we did is we used YouTube technology to hide Easter eggs all through the film. And they would click on, for instance, in the background in one of the scenes, it says AZIP. And if you click on that, it restarts the whole film in reverse. There's various things like that. So we had our little brush with virality, which is what I'd like to leave you with. Anyone who works here at an agency, I'm sure has had a client come to you and say, we'd like to request a viral video, please. And if you are a member of the client community, I'm sure you've requested the same of your agency. So how do you do that? We liken it to a rock band sitting around and say, hey guys, this time let's make a hit. So we have cracked the code. We figured out how to do it. An infinite number of monkeys pounding on an infinite number of typewriters will eventually produce the complete work of Shakespeare. It was a theory of a French mathematician in the early 1900s, as was memorialized here in The Simpsons.
This is 1,000 monkeys working at 1,000 typewriters. Soon, they'll have written the greatest novel known to man. Let's see. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. You stupid monkey. Oh, shut up.
So in our parting thought, we hereby declare an infinite number of humans shooting an infinite number of camcorders will eventually produce a viral video. So. So the budget might actually go up, not down. Sorry, clients. But thank you very much. We're very, very appreciative that you had us here. Thank you. And if you indulge me, I need to bang this Chuckle Hut to a close.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, John. I mean, what more can you say? You know, out of the depths of recession and problems come brilliant, great, creative people if you have the right feeling.